Another woman has come forward with her allegations regarding abuse by R&B singer R. Kelly. Now, there have been several women who have come forward, family members of several women who have come forward alleging that he is abusive and preys on underage girls for sexual gratification. But this new case involves a woman who is a little different because of the fact that she was extremely young at the time that she had a relationship with R. Kelly. And she also took a lie detector test to prove that her allegations against him were in fact truthful. Now, let me give you the details. The woman here is Jerhonda Pace, and she was only 15 years old when she met R. Kelly. She said that through their sexual relationship, she was forced to call him daddy, and he would call me baby. He wanted me to have 2 pigtails, and I had to go out and find little schoolgirl outfits. Now, when he was being tried for a case involving a sex tape that was leaked to the media, sex tape featured a 14-year-old girl that he not only had sex with, but also urinated on. Jerhonda was a huge fan of R. Kelly's and actually lied about her age just to be able to go to the trial or court proceedings. And so in the beginning, she did lie to R. Kelly about her age, but then later on made it clear that she was only 16 years old when they were having this sexual relationship. He apparently made her sign some ridiculous documents claiming that she was admitting to stealing products and stealing property from him in order to kind of extort her and prevent her from going forward to the authorities. Now, several individuals with firsthand knowledge of the situation have supported Pace's claims. Additionally, BuzzFeed News, which actually broke this story, reviewed signed legal documents, drafts of settlements between Kelly and Pace, correspondence between Pace and the attorneys involved, a polygraph test performed at the request of her attorney regarding her relationship with Kelly, a probate court document opening an estate for Pace as a result of a civil settlement, and a subsequent payment made by Kelly's management company to Pace. Now, this relationship happened in the early 2000s, and the reason why she settled was because she came across an attorney who had settled other cases involving women who made these allegations against R. Kelly. That lawyer's name was Susan E. Logans. And she wanted to settle. She didn't want to open a criminal case. She didn't want to go ahead and prosecute him. She thought that the right way to go about things was to settle and get as much money as possible.
The attorney did.
The attorney did. And remember, Pace at the time was incredibly young and also scared. And so she just thought, okay, well, if this is my only option, then I guess I'm gonna go with that. And so she signed non-disclosure agreements as part of this settlement. And even though she knows she's gonna face some possible legal ramifications, she's decided to break her silence because she thinks it's important to share her story and what she went through.
So let's break down some of the worst elements of this. So R. Kelly, in the middle of that disastrous trial, where there was videotape of him not only having sex with a 14-year-old, but urinating in her mouth.
Oh, God.
Spots another underage girl at the trial who's a fan, has one of his friends reach out to her on social media, invite her to a party. He signs an autograph for her earlier during the trial. He's already scoping her out in the middle of the trial where he could have gotten 15 years. He gets acquitted. By the way, that sends a message to her later, the new girl, like, hey, if I come forward and I do a criminal trial, he got acquitted last time, he might get acquitted this time.
Right, and the reason why he got acquitted is because there was some doubt regarding the girl in the tape, right? So all you need to do is plant a seed of doubt among the members of the jury. And so if it's not 100% certain that that 14-year-old girl was the girl in question, well then he'll get acquitted, and that's exactly what happened.
And when she was young, and she was 15 originally during the trial, and then 16 when her and R. Kelly started having sex, she believed him, and she thought, well, she didn't testify, so it probably wasn't her. You know what happened? She later saw that same girl at another R. Kelly party after the trial, which is amazing.
I know,
okay?
It is.
So it gets more amazing. Then R. Kelly starts introducing her to other girls that he wants her to have threesomes with. And one of them was the best friend of the girl that the trial was about. So those 2 girls had gone into R. Kelly, and one of them, the best friend, stayed with him all the way throughout and is now alleged to still be with him, okay,
yep.
in his house, where they're saying that it's a cult. And this woman who came forward, Jerhonda, says it is a cult. She says it reminds me of Charles Manson. And so one of the things that he would do is threats. So I made you sign this paper, and remember, she's signing it when she's 16. Doesn't know what the hell's going on in the world.
Yep.
She there says that she stole jewelry and cash from him, as Anna alluded to, and that her parents are trying to blackmail him. He has her sign that first so he could use it against her.
Exactly, yeah.
And again, in the beginning, she says she was 19, but later after they had sex, she said, no, I gotta be honest with you, I'm 16 and the legal age of consent in Illinois is 17. So I'm under the age of consent. And R. Kelly said that's totally, according to her, it's totally fine. Keep pretending you're 19 if anyone asks, and try to act like you're 25.
So,
but not during sex. There you call me daddy and I call you baby.
So what I thought was fascinating about this case was that a polygraph test was included, and the results of the polygraph indicated that she was being truthful in her answers. And among the questions asked was, were you honest about your age at the time that you said that you fessed up about your actual age? And she said yes. Polygraph test indicated that that was the truth. They also asked, let me actually go to the results. 4 questions that Pace was asked, including whether she had intercourse with Kelly, if she had told him she was 16, and whether he slapped, choked, and spit on her during an argument. She answered yes to all questions. According to the person who conducted the polygraph test, he said, it is the opinion of the examiner, based upon an analysis of her polygraph records, that she is truthful in her answers.
She said that she also gave R. Kelly her state ID. So it wasn't even like, oh, well, I didn't believe her that she was 16, I thought she was older. No, she gave the ID and he's like, oh, good, you're underage, perfect, right? I don't know that he said those exact words. And certainly acted that way. And then it's not just a polygraph test. She has all the documents that she signed, and including the non-disclosure agreement, all the things that R. Kelly made her sign, and she has the checks that they paid her. Good night, Irene. I mean, whether that then gets turned into a criminal case, I don't know if the statute of limitations is done yet for her cases. What other actions will flow from that, we'll see. He is incredibly rich and he might yet win again in all these allegations. But in terms of the reporting on this, it appears to be rock solid.
Yeah, so we'll see how this develops, but I mean, she doesn't have much to gain from coming forward. In fact, she has a lot to lose because of the fact that she signed those non-disclosure forms. It seems like she does have a lot of evidence against him, but who knows if that evidence will amount to, a criminal trial where he'll get prosecuted and convicted. Okay,
real quick, last things here. She says he did the things that the others alleged in an earlier report from BuzzFeed as well. He would take her phone away. And he would say, you need to get permission before you go to the bathroom, before you eat. And once he caught her texting with a friend and he beat her, that's where the beating, the punching, and the spitting comes from. And she was truthful about that, according to the polygraph. And he would record their sex. That guy, somewhere, he's got a treasure trove of tapes, meaning a treasure trove of evidence that prosecutors can use. And last time he had the excuse of, oh, you can't quite tell one of the girls on the tape. Now, apparently, if these reports are to be believed, and they appear to be excellent reporting, there's a lot of tapes of a lot of girls. God knows how many of them are underage. So, and apparently he is under investigation. Go, grab those tapes before he destroys them. And the way that she was mentally and physically abused, according to her allegations, is gross, let alone the underage sex, which is horrific. Help us build independent media. Become a member of the Young Turks. TYTnetwork.com/join.